point, and you're connecting a couple of points. So the first is about the kind of psychological warfare and the psyop. And then the second is about the investment in actually building independent third-party power, right? What that could look like, even if you're not winning a presidential election, what it actually looks like to build third-party power. So I'll wrap those two up together with your permission. So the first thing that happens is that they reverse cause and effect, right? They'll tell you, I can't vote for a Green Party candidate because they can't win. When the reality is that they can't win because you've told yourself that you won't vote for a third-party candidate.
Thank you.
Right? You know, it is.
When I heard you say that the first time, it's like a huge light bulb when I'm like, oh, thank you.
It's the ultimate self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
And it's the result of decades of conditioning. I just saw Jared Ball, Dr. Jared Ball, you know, great Black historian, and he was citing a book, and I missed the title of the book, but he pointed out that they've actually been able to show, the historian that he was reading, that the lesser of two evils argument was actually formulated as a CIA psyop in the 1960s to stop the emergence of a true left party. So like quite literally, we have had military weapons grade propaganda thrown at generations of us saying, you're going to throw your vote away if you vote on a third party. And these narratives don't come from nowhere. They're spending billions of dollars to drill people, and in order to get these people to argue against their own common sense. Now I'm going to give you some figures on this. 63% of registered voters in a Gallup poll in 2023 said that these two parties do such a, quote, poor job that we need an independent third party. That number is 70% when it's independents. It's 53% when it's registered Democrats. It's 48% when it's registered Republicans. So even the people that identify with Team Blue genocide and Team Red fascism know that the two parties are trash. So then how do they allow themselves time and time again to be gaslit into voting for the thing that they all know that they want and need, right? And the answer is, it's that weapons grade propaganda, and it can be debunked so easily, right? Greens are opposed to the Electoral College. We want the abolition of the Electoral College, and we want ranked choice voting. We want proportional representation, because those things will take the winner takes all out, and that takes away the lesser of two evils, right? So that gets rid of it. But as long as you have the Electoral College, which is a hangover from the slaveocracy, right? The Electoral College was designed in order to protect slave-owning states from free states, and to keep them essentially from having slavery abolished. So that's why the Electoral College existed. As long as we have it, your state is going to, in a presidential election, national election, is going to go either blue or red based on its demography in 43, 44 of the states. In point of fact, every single person in those states is throwing their vote away, whether they vote blue or red. The only way that your vote can count is if you use it to build independent third-party power, which you say that you want, and yet you refuse to invest in building. And people are like, but your candidate's not going to win. It's like, okay, maybe not this time, maybe next time. But even now, what happens if you have a stalemate? What happens if Michigan goes green because of the Muslim population and DC goes green with respect to the Electoral College, leaving neither blue nor red with enough votes, right? You can immediately create a third party that requires coalition building, right? That way you have an independent voice that doesn't belong to the duopoly. Well, isn't that a better use of your vote if you're living in California or in Texas or in New York State or in Arkansas than throwing your vote on a pile of either blue or red?
I would say yes. I would agree with you on that. But wow, I mean, just you put